After an intense weeks of political warfare, and after being rejected on the basis of security reports, Mr. Ibrahim Magu may be getting a second chance at being considered as the chairman of the EFCC. And it is a season of perfection as a former Senate president who once stepped aside from active politics now moves to the ruling All Progressives Congress. The governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, wants more Igbos in the APC. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. What a way to start the week with several political activities in the land. But we're sure to get all the juicy details right here on Channels Television before we get started tonight on the program for what promises to be some very interesting conversation on the program. Let's serve you with some of the top political stories that we're following for you.
We begin with the news of the health of the President, Buhari, who is currently away in the United Kingdom, and said he will also be undergoing some medical checkups. The presidency, however, debunked a rumor which went viral in the weekend of the ill health of the President. He then took to Twitter, sharing a picture of him watching Channels Television. The President in the tweet says, "Wherever I am, I keep up with news from home. Channels Television is one of my favorites. I'm proud of what the Nigerian media are achieving." And the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, has urged Igbos in the southeast and Imo citizens to come out en masse and register with the All Progressives Congress in the ongoing APC nationwide registration of members. In a meeting with a large number of APC members and State Development Council members at the Sam Mbakwe Executive Chambers in Government House, Owerri, at the Imo State capital, he says the All Progressives Congress in Imo State are hoping to register not less than 1 million people into the APC so as to strengthen the party and give the necessary support to the APC-led federal government in order to continue to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Imo targets to register not less than 1 million people or persons in Imo State as members of APC.
And the governors of the 19 northern states have met with traditional rulers from the region to discuss the problems of insecurity and other socio-economic challenges confronting them. The two-day meeting, which is being attended by the governors and traditional rulers, is to deliberate and find lasting solutions to the several concerns bedeviling the region, which now have direct effect on the people of the area.
And thanks for staying with us, everyone. Let's get started now. Let's start by telling you about the political event which happened today in Abuja, the nation's capital. Well, against the backdrop of recent political crisis in parts of the country and ahead of the 2019 general elections, analysts have begun to call attention to the need for politicians to be mindful of their conduct. For a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Alhaji Gali Nabal, politicians must embrace dialogue to curb the increasing cases of political violence in the country. He was addressing participants at the 2017 National Political Summit in Abuja, where he criticized politicians who go to the polls as if they were at war.
Recent happenings in our political development, especially the governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states, and the legislative rerun elections in Rivers State. Can we really say that we're indeed making any progress? It, of course, seems to me that people still contest elections as if they're fighting a war that must be won, or people must perish.
Well, very increasing concern about the spate of violence in our elections. Now to our major story of the day. President Muhammadu Buhari appears to have renominated Ibrahim Magu to be confirmed by the Senate as a substantive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. It was gathered that the president's letter to that effect has been received by the Senate and may be read on the floor of the upper legislative chamber tomorrow. The federal lawmakers last year turned down the president's request for the confirmation of Mr. Magu, who is currently the acting chairman of the anti-corruption body, citing security reports by the Department of Security Services, which the Senate claimed indicted Mr. Magu. The decision by the Senate had been a subject of controversy, as former Senate leader Ali Ndume had insisted that Mr. Magu was not rejected by the lawmakers, but his confirmation was only stepped down for a further consultation with the presidency, a position that was swiftly countered by Senate spokesperson Senator Aliyu Abdullahi, who insisted that the acting EFCC boss had been rejected. Anti-corruption is a major agenda of the President Buhari government, but how far has it gone in prosecuting that war? Let's get perspectives to the matter now. We have joining us in our Abuja studio a former national chairman of the Labour Party, Chief Dan Iwuanyanwu. Many thanks for coming on the program. Let me start by asking you on this very one. We know just how much the president wants to fight corruption. He said that from the first day, but the sort of drama that we've seen in the process of trying to confirm